Oh man, we done finally made it. We're finally finna get drafted into the NFL. This is the day we've been waiting for since we was kids. In our journey, if you've been there for the whole time, you know how crazy it was. First off, if you ain't know, we're from the Bronx, New York. And me and my twin, we didn't grow up with much of anything. So, that was like one of our main motivations. Trying to make sure our mother retires as soon as possible. Just to give y'all a little more backstory in case you haven't been watching, we ended up transferring to a different high school so I can have time to play. Because my brother, twin brother at that, Montrell, he was a 5-star recruit as both a wide receiver and a cornerback. But me, Keyshawn, as a quarterback, I was only a 3-star recruit. So, we ended up transferring high school so that I can have playing time. Thing is, went to a pretty bad one though. But we still ended up balling out, went crazy. And I ended up going from a 3-star quarterback all the way to a 5-star. And not only that, we won the state championship with the team that we had. Yeah, that was a big accomplishment for us. But then after that, we had a big decision to make. And really to us, we already knew what school we wanted to go to. It was just a matter of me getting the offer. And I ended up getting the offer. So we committed to LSU. And man, we really made our mark here at this school. Now, first season, I wasn't able to play that much. But towards the end of the year, when our quarterback was playing bad, I was able to get in the game and I didn't lose a game that season. We got to the bowl game, ended up winning. Then my next season got to start. And we ended up winning the national championship that year, going undefeated. And not only that, but that man Montrell ended up winning the Heisman Trophy. Did his thing. And y'all know we had to run it back. So in our final season in college football, we ended up winning another national championship, our second in a row, as we without a doubt had one of the greatest college football dynasties of all time. Because the year before, Montrell won Heisman. But then the next season, our final season, I got the Heisman Award that time. And you already know, we got our name in the record books. Montrell's on there a couple times. I'm on there once just for the, most touchdowns in a single season. But Montrell, he on there for career stats, season stats, But after having a phenomenal college football career, it's finally time for me and my twin brother to get drafted into the NFL. Let's get it. All right, so right now, I'm projected to be a top 5 pick with a top 5 talent. And what people saying about me looks pretty good. Tight spiral, stands tall in the pocket, always aware of pressure, avoid sacks, throwing the ball away. Majority of my success coming from when I'm in a pocket and a smooth throwing motion. Yeah, this summarizes how I was in college. And now, looking at my draft combine stats, they look pretty good. I'm not the fastest quarterback, but I can use my legs if I need to. And as for Montrell, and kind of throw it off by this because it says he needs to work on concentration drops. He's one of the best catchers I ever seen, the best probably actually. But body control, avoiding big hits, creating yardage after the catch, yep. These are all things Montrell did in college. Except for the, simple concentration drops. That's just blasphemous. And in terms of his combine, he was the fastest receiver, of course, 4.27, just crazy speed. Now, to be honest, looking at these mock drafts, they kind of surprised me. I thought I was going to end up being like a, top 5 pick, but a lot of these drafts got me falling, like out of the top 10, which I guess kind of makes sense, given that most of these top 10 teams already have a quarterback. So, it is what it is. But at least Montrell's up there in the top 3 in all of these, basically. Looking at the number 1 pick team, the Chargers, surprisingly, they're the number 1 pick, but they got Justin Herbert. And then surprisingly again, the team with the number 2 pick is the Bengals, who have Joe Burrow. Imagine Montrell getting drafted to this team. That would be a crazy LSU trio. And then the third team, they have Kyler Murray. He's a little bit older, but they still have Kyler Murray, so most likely they're not going to pick me up. But Montrell on this team with Marvin Harrison, that could be cool. But now it's time for the NFL draft. And well, Montrell did indeed end up going top 3 in this draft. He actually ended up going number 3, going to the Cardinals with Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. It's going to be a nasty duo between him and Marvin. I'm already knowing. And even though this moment right here is our goodbye, never being able to play with each other again unless we probably find each other in free agency or something, I'm proud of him. He's on a team with a quarterback who can get it done, got legs if he needs to escape the pocket, and a decent arm. And then a fast 6'4" wide receiver who can catch anything you throw at him, paired up with this man Montrell. It's going to be nice. Y'all get ready. And well, what I didn't expect but kind of expected at the same time, I did end up falling in the draft. Out of the top 10 at that. And I ended up getting drafted to the Colts. Not exactly what I wanted, but as a rookie, you really don't got no choice. You just got to, deal with it. Now, the good thing is a team that still has Jonathan Taylor. He's a little bit older, but he's still a running back who can get the job done. And my receiver one is Josh Downs. I ain't mad at it. I mean, looking at the receiver core on the team is really not bad. We don't have speed, but, I'm just going to have to find a way. And that way is probably going to be this tight end. A pretty young tight end at that is looking like he's going to be a pretty good target for me this season. But there's just one hurdle that stands in the way of me and being able to start on this team. It's the fact that in the offseason, they went out and signed Justin Fields because they didn't know if a quarterback would be there for them to draft or not. So as bad as they want to, use the rookie quarterback, they also just signed a free agent. So the preseason is going to be a big test to see who's going to end up starting for the first game of the season. And it all starts in training camp. Now look, this training camp, my first training camp in my NFL career, this is going to be a huge one. I got to make sure that I impress our coaches because I can't let Justin Fields outdo me in anything. Because if that ends up happening, there's a high chance that I don't start in the first game of the season. I need to. Now, our coaches already know what I have done in college. They know the talent that I have and they know kind of the potential that I can have. So it's going to be up to me to make sure that they see that. And a big part of that is this preseason coming up. Coach let me and Justin Fields know that whoever performs the best this preseason will be able to start when the season starts. And he says he's not only looking at the stats, he's also going to be looking at our fundamentals, obviously, and looking at how we're able to fit into his scheme. And now look, for me, it's a little nerve-wracking because this is a quarterback, a veteran quarterback that has been in the league, seen the defenses already, and I'm just coming out of college. Am I going to be able to prove myself? Guess we're going to have to find out. As for Montrell over there on the Cardinals, well, he already has his spot locked in, basically. He'll be the number 2 receiver on the team, right behind, of course, Marvin Harrison Jr. And the team is trying to figure out how they want to use him for his defensive side, because we all seen how good Montrell was on the defensive side of the ball as a cornerback. So the team is really trying to figure out if they want to play him on both sides or if they just want to, have packages for him. And a lot of that will most likely be determined depending on how he plays in his preseason. Like, will he play way better on defense? Will he play way better on offense? Will he be slacking on defense? It's really going to depend. To me, I feel like he's going to play great both sides of the ball, but we're going to have to see. No matter what happens, though, without a doubt, whatever position they end up having him at or however they end up using him, he'll be good. Just one thing I hope is that he don't try to force himself to play both sides and play a lot, because I don't want him to get burnt out. But it's time for the preseason, a big determining factor for a lot of things that's going to happen. Let's get it. Now, first up is my game. So Montrell going to be able to see how I do in my first preseason game. And the thing is, though, coach is only going to allow me to play one quarter. Because the way that he's going to do it is I play a quarter, then Justin Fields play the rest of the game. Second game, I play half, then Justin Fields play the other half. And then in the last game, I play 3 quarters and he only plays 1. But with every single opportunity, I got to show what I can do. I got to show my potential so that coach decides to choose me to start. And it's going to happen. Let's ball up. First time getting on an NFL field. And listen, I am very nervous. But if it's one thing I got to do, is make sure that I'm just taking what the defense is giving me. That's one of the things that a quarterback needs to do in the NFL. And coaches love to see that. But one thing coaches don't love to see is when you run backwards. You move backwards and then take a sack, you're losing yards. It's 2nd and 22 because I did that. And now we're just trying to climb out of a hole. Got it to my receiver, Alec Pierce. Only got to pick up a good, 8 yards, making it 3rd and 14. We're running verticals on this play, and I really didn't see anyone to throw the ball to. I tried to scramble and couldn't go nowhere with it. Failed first drive, and now this is my last drive of the game, and I did the worst thing you could possibly do. Threw an interception. I forced that in while taking a hit at that. Not a good look at all. That's just something that coaches are not looking for at all. I'm going to have to tighten up. Just shake off all the nerves that I got. Now, luckily with 11 seconds left, I got 1 play left. I ended up getting a completion to Josh Downs on the sideline, but that was my last play of the game. And if you ask me, that 1 quarter of football was not a good quarter for me at all. And I got to make sure that I ball out in this second game when I get to play a whole half of football because, man, this was terrible. And not only that, Justin Fields ended up leading us to the dub. And then comparing our stats, he wasn't that accurate, but he ain't throwing an interception. He threw a touchdown. I got to do better next time. Maybe I can find motivation in my brother's game. And in Montreal's first game of the preseason, they're playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the thing about them is the fact that Travis Hunter is actually on that team. So it's going to be a pretty good matchup. I'm pretty sure Travis Hunter might be guarding Montreal too when Montreal's on offense. So that's going to be fun to watch. Now, what I'm hoping is that Kyler Murray actually, targets him, gets him the ball, gives him his opportunities to show who he is. Now, so far in Montreal's first drive, he hasn't been targeted yet, but Marvin Harrison Jr. has, though. He's been the guy picking up the first downs. But then finally, after not getting targeted yet, here on 1st and 10, running a little curl route, whatever that is, he ended up gaining 8 yards on that catch. And then on 2nd and 2, the next play, he ended up burning his man. And if Kyler would just wait just a little bit longer, he could have threw it to Montreal and it could have been a pretty big play. But after taking a sack, it'll be 2nd and 14 and gain only 4 yards to make it 3rd and 10. And on 3rd and 10, Jacksonville will play some pretty good defense, end up covering all the first down routes and only allowed the underneath route. So they end up having to settle for 3 points. Now in terms of Montreal being a two-way player, he's going to be able to play the entire quarter because it's only going to be 1 quarter. So we're going to see how this goes. In 2nd and 2, he's playing off-man coverage. Everybody's locked up across the board, but Trevor was able to fit that ball into the sideline for that contested catch. And then again, while playing off-man coverage, he ended up allowing 7 yards on this slant route, his first allowed catch of the preseason. But now it's 3rd and 1, and they ended up running the ball to Montreal's side. He tried to get out there to the running back, but that wide receiver was blocking the mess out of him. They ended up making it all the way to the 4-yard line with it. And unfortunately, that was his last play. They would end up blowing the Jaguars out in this game, but Montreal really didn't have that good of a game. But I can't say it was his fault. He just wasn't getting targeted. He got targeted 1 time, and that was 1 catch for 8 yards. On defense, he was doing his thing. He ended up allowing 1 catch. He got 2 tackles. So, it really wasn't his fault for his stats. Then again, that's only 1 quarter. Time for week 2. And this week, Montreal's game was the first one. So, watching him play against the Jets, it's going to be a good one. And off rip on the Jets' first drive, they got Montreal out here playing defense. He's locking his man up. They tried to run I don't even know what they was doing, but he got sacked. And now on 3rd and 20, they end up putting his man on a motion. And I don't know what, they tried to run some crazy trick play. Didn't work. 4th down. Now on this play right here, I'm looking at Montreal and seeing that he got one-on-one coverage. If y'all remember us in college, we used to feed off of stuff like this, but in the NFL, it's completely different. Maybe Kyler didn't throw the ball right, but hey, it's NFL now. It's 3rd and 3, and his route is an out route. And it looked like Sauce would have played it if he would have just stayed outside, but he ended up biting too hard inside, got killed to the out, and Montreal got his first catch of this game. And now 2nd and 10, he's on a crossing route, and look, I'm telling you, if Kyler just waits, he would have had him. Hey, they did end up gaining the yards though, because Marvin Harrison is just that good. He ended up catching that, but I'm not gonna lie, if he would have waited for Montreal, it would have been a touchdown. It's cool anyway. They're probably gonna end up scoring no matter what happens. Matter of fact, Montreal ended up scoring, killing Sauce Gardner again off of a out route. Just nasty work. Hey man, what I say, look, if you give him the opportunities, you throw Montreal the ball, he will perform every single time. You just got to get him that ball. Now, I'm really curious on how the Cardinals are going to use him defensively. I know that they definitely have him starting as a wide receiver. They got him listed as that, but I wonder how often are they going to have him out there on defense? He's going to be out there for special plays or just plays when they don't know it's going to be a pass, because he just has so much value in both positions. But on this play, something that normally doesn't happen ended up happening. He tried to press his man and he got burnt for it, for a touchdown. But if it's one thing I know about Montreal is that whenever he allows a touchdown, whenever that happens, he always makes up for it on the offensive side of the ball, and he does just that, using his crazy speed, getting over the top of the defense for this big touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And like I said, you get that thing to Montreal, he will produce every time. Now, most likely, this is going to be his last drive being able to play defense in this game. And it's not looking really good for him defensively. He's already allowed a touchdown. And on this play, he ended up getting a pass interference. And he allowed the dude to catch the ball on that comeback route. So, I don't know how the coaches are seeing this, but he's not really looking too good. Luckily, he was able to knock out this ball because that would have been another one that this Stewart guy got on him. Hopefully, it's just nerves that he got to shake off because I really want to see him play both sides of the ball all year. But like, again, another catch for this Stewart guy. He's just been getting killed. And that'll be his last play of the game. They'll lose the game by 4 points. Yeah. Now, offensively, this wide receiver duo right here, yeah, they looking nasty. But defensively in this game particularly, he didn't look that good. He had 2 pass deflections, but he allowed a touchdown. He had a pass interference that allowed a big play. I don't know, man. Hopefully he does way better in the last game because it's 3 quarters that he'll be able to play. So we're going to see. Now, in my game, we're playing against the Bears at their crib, and it's raining. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to try to put this ball in the air, but I still got to show who I am. I got to show what I can do under any given circumstance. And even more than that, I got to take from what happened to me last game and just bring that into this game. Show coach that I can improve. Show him that I can learn from my past mistakes. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm making sure I'm taking everything underneath if it's open so that gives the defense a less chance to get a sack or push us behind the line. And then in time, they'll open up the deeper plays like on this one. We end up getting auto to the 2-yard line. Right now, I'm having a very good drive. I'm finna end it off with this run to Jonathan Taylor for the touchdown. I just put off a pretty good drive and I know coach liked it. I'm really starting to shake off all the nerves that I had in my first game. I mean, look at the passes I'm throwing now to Jonathan Taylor for my first passing touchdown of the game. The Bears end up getting 3 points on their drive. So that gives us an opportunity to extend this lead even further. I got my tight end, second tight end, and look at what he's doing. Broke 2 tackles, picked up a huge gain. Yo, if my people playing like this for me, hey, we're going to have a real good season as long as I'm the starting quarterback. 2nd and 10, just waiting for it. I ended up throwing underneath. I should have got that to my starting tight end. But really, it wouldn't have mattered because we ended up getting a holding call on this play, which is going to push us back 10 yards. Just terrible. But if you want to be a great quarterback, you can't let things like that get to your head at all. You just got to keep on going. And as soon as one of my guys got open, I ended up taking a sack, making it 3rd and 20. But I can't let that bring me down. 3rd and 20. Got that thing to my receiver one, Josh Downs, for the big first down. You got to be able to draw stuff up like that. A player that I know is going to definitely be a huge factor this season is going to be my tight end. Because if Colston Loveland's making plays like this, hey man, we're going to have a real good year. After trying to run the ball the first time on 1st and goal, it didn't end up working. So 2nd and goal, and I'm going to go ahead and use my legs, get into the end zone myself for this rushing touchdown. We're extending this lead. And now with 7 seconds left, this is my last drive of the game. And you already know I'm going to my #1 target, Colston Loveland, throwing it over 2 defenders. Like, who you know is doing that? He could have scored a touchdown, accidentally stepped out of bounds. But it's fine though, because coach has seen that pass. But that was my last drive. We ended up winning this game. And yeah, man, I definitely did way better than the last game. 10 for 14, almost 200 passing yards on 71%, a touchdown. Like, yeah, I'm looking way better and getting way more comfortable. And for preseason week 3, our final game of the preseason, my game is the first one. So we're going to be able to see what happens here. 3 quarters of football. Can I prove to the coaches that I deserve to be the starting quarterback on this team? Or will I play terrible and Justin Fields be able to start while I sit on the bench and watch him play? Let's get it. Green Bay scored on their first drive. We got a minute left in the first quarter, 3rd and 2, and I'm hitting Michael Pittman on this slant for the first down. Now I'm going to try to stick to what I've been doing, stick to what I did last game and keep on taking the underneath routes. I got Alec Pierce on that slant, getting the first down, getting to the 3-yard line. After a failed attempt to try to run the ball into the end zone, I'm going to go ahead and do a play action. And I got our backup tight end on the backside for the touchdown. Might end up being one of those games. They end up scoring 2. 1st and 10, I'm scrambling out to the right side, and I'm not going to lie, on this play, not a good decision. I mean, honestly, I just felt like I believed in him. I believed that he'll be able to make that catch because I could have went underneath. But this time, I ended up getting Alec Pierce, who was able to beat his man. I already know this season, Alec Pierce is going to be a pretty big piece for me being able to get the ball out there because, crazy enough, Alec Pierce is my fastest receiver. And he's the one who really gets open the most, other than Josh Downs, but we're in this drive off with a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. I really loved the way we played that last drive because they didn't have no time to get no points after that, and we get the ball starting off in the second half, and we already making our way down the field. Got a big play from Josh Downs. Gotta love it. But what I don't love is taking sacks. Try to throw the ball. Luckily, actually, I took a sack here because what I thought was finna throw would have been an interception. We're really struggling right now. It's 3rd and 15. I gotta find something. I couldn't find anything. Took another sack. Gotta thank the defense for getting that stop, 1st and 10, running a play action and tried to get Coasting the ball here, but he had Xavier McKinney all over him. He ended up dropping it. And I'm not gonna lie, this 3rd and 10 right here is one of the craziest plays I've ever made. Honestly, I'm surprised I did it. I ended up breaking the sack. Somehow I was not able to outrun this DT, but I put him in the dirt for the 1st down. I've never done that before, but hey, felt good doing it. It's that adrenaline. And with this being my last drive of the game, I gotta make my mark. I somehow was able to fit this ball into Michael Pittman. Yo, that was a crazy pass. I'm not gonna lie. And luckily, he was able to catch that ball too. Play action on 1st and 10. And I made another crazy pass while under pressure. Yo, hey, if I'm able to do stuff like this, ain't no way I don't get the starting job. Now, that was indeed my last play of the game. We ended up winning too, so, that's good. And man, with these stats, I'm not gonna lie, there's no way I'm not the starting quarterback when the season starts. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think. But now finally after my game, get to watch Montrell's final game of the preseason, and they got the Patriots. And someone's telling me that depending on how he plays on the defensive side of the ball, this game is going to determine how much he actually gets to play on defense throughout this season. Because last game, I don't know what that was. But the Patriots started off with the ball, scored a touchdown. Now, Cardinals need to respond on 2nd and 4, end up picking up the 1st down, getting it to Montrell, of course. Now, this time, he's going to have Christian Gonzalez guarding him. And look, on this play, all Kyler had to do was wait another second. He threw that ball too fast. Montrell was beating Christian Gonzalez. It would have been a big play, but still ended up getting the 1st down on the little whatever hitch route or whatever that was. And they're just inching closer and closer to the end zone. Montrell ended up getting stuck on the defender on this play, and he really could have scored a touchdown, but he only got to the 1-yard line. But that wouldn't matter because he was still end up getting his touchdown. After failing to run the ball on the first play, ran a passing play and secured that touchdown. Now on defense, he knows how bad of a game defensively he had last game, so he got to make sure that he really turns it up in this game. Don't allow nothing. So far, this Cardinals defense is looking real good. Got the Patriots 3rd and 15, and Drake May, he doesn't know what to do. He's tried to scramble. He picked up a pretty good amount of yards, but he had to slide down before he was going to take a big hit from Montrell. And now back on offense with a chance to go ahead and take the lead. Kyler Murray tried to scramble and took a sack for a safety. Just terrible. Now, luckily, the defense did lock up. The Patriots didn't score any points with that punt. And now with 20 seconds remaining, you got to find a way to get some points. And Kyler Murray ended up scrambling for 30 yards, getting them all the way to the other side of the field. Great play. Now in the red zone now, 2nd and 10, running the in route, got open, 1st down, got to use the last timeout. So they probably going to settle for 3 points. But nope, they was not settling. And they got to get in the end zone if they going to pass it. And they do. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. And that safety offense is looking good. He ended up beating Christian Gonzalez over the top, but I just feel like Kyler Murray could have thrown that a lot better. You got to lob that over the top. You can't throw a bullet every time. And then on the next play, took a sack, making it 3rd and 17. Like, if there's one thing that like I always think about is that the fact that I know that if I had Montrell on my team, like, yo, we go crazy just like we did in college. But now Montrell's on the defensive side of the ball, and look at him. He's there, but that receiver still made that catch. But hey, he was there for it. He's going to tight end on this play on 3rd and 5, and tight end ran a corner route. He's all over it. If he would threw that ball, it would be an interception. So he tried to scramble and almost got the 1st down, but they fell 4th and inches, and they actually did not go for it. They kicked the field goal. Crazy. But on his last offensive drive, Kyler Murray ended up throwing a pick, trying to force the slant into Montrell. Like, he didn't have to throw that. He could have just waited a little bit. He would have been open eventually. And so that would be his last play, his last drive. And of course, he played well offensively, got 50 yards, a touchdown on 5 catches. Marvin Harrison Jr. also did pretty good. And on defense, definitely did better than he did against the Jets. Got 2 tackles. He only allowed 1 catch. But the biggest question is going to be, for me, who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Colts? And for Montrell, will he be able to play both sides, or how much will he be able to play as a cornerback? What y'all think?